sure to subscribe to the podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, the Softball Strength Academy YouTube page as well for the video version of the show, video clips. Follow us on social media at Jim Tara on both X and Twitter and Instagram, and Coach Cassie RB on Twitter, Coach_Cassie RB on Instagram. Talking about the power of visualization. What are some visualization cues that you used in college that you've taken into your coaching career to this day that have worked when it comes to athletes being clutch?
I think the biggest thing I noticed is we had a team of about anywhere from 18 to 20. And they would bring in performance psychologists, and our coaches did such a good job of exposing us to so many different forms of meditation. And what I realized is I had some athletes who couldn't lay there and go through a guided meditation of a sports psychologist walking you onto a field and feeling that. And then you had some athletes who we would watch the World Series. We would watch moments where, honestly, like with a heart rate monitor hooked up to us, moments we failed in big opportunities, even if it was in practice, moments that we didn't do well, to get our heart rate up high and then work on calming it down, putting your head down, and then visualizing it again, visualizing that exact moment happening again and finding success instead. So that is a very direct, that's like a lot of work to get to those feelings and those emotions. So I think just as a coach, if you're working with athletes, realizing that not everyone is going to visualize the exact same way, you might need to add these prompts, such as videos. You might need to work on them through guided work, or maybe it's a worksheet where you hand out to your team and you're saying, "Hey, close your eyes, think about this." Good. You open your eyes again, reset. We're going to think about this moment now. So you're handing them some type of guide, because I think it's very, very difficult. I don't know if it's just the age, if it's just our world in general. I don't even know if it's a generational thing, but I think we are all so much more distractible now. Everyone's attention, because of social media or just because of how life works, is so much harder to hold. So to sit there and expect an athlete to just, hey, go through 5 minutes of powerful visualization, like, yes, they need to practice with it, but it's very, very difficult, I think, for someone to not get frustrated or not be able to really hone in on that skill.
What were some other ways that you were clutch? What are some things that you did personally in college that, or your teammates did, that helped them become more clutch?
I think there, at least, and Jim, we were talking about this a little bit before the recording started, but it almost seemed like the most humble athletes, and that doesn't mean that they were good, but the most humble athletes ended up showing up in the biggest moments. And one of my teammates, who's now the assistant coach at Alabama, Caleb Rowe, always had a tendency to show up in big moments. And it was funny because when you watched her practice, she said, "I always wanted to practice like I was the worst player on the team, and I wanted to play like I was the best player in the country." And it was interesting, like this dichotomy that she had. It was very easy for her to walk on the field as a practice player, thinking she had everything in the world she had to work on. And then very easy for her to walk into a game thinking she was SHIT and no one could touch her. And
Yeah,
she had like these two alter egos essentially that she would tap into depending on if she was practicing or playing. And I thought that was so fascinating to watch. And she made a 10-year career being an ESPN analyst, and I saw the same kind of alter ego show up where it was off camera in practice. She was, again, oh my God, I'm a student. There's so much I have to work on. And then all of a sudden, actual, like not even figuratively, literally the bright lights show on, you're on ESPN. And it was, boom, she's the best. In her head, she was the best reporter that anyone was watching. So it's neat. It was like, it was almost like this like alter ego that I don't know how else to put it.